Hello, everyone. Melanie here with CGL Recruiting. And today we're going to talk about how Glassdoor.com can help you with your job search. Now, I thought lots of people were familiar with Glassdoor. It's been around for quite a while, but you may not be familiar with all of the changes that they have made in the current years. And they've been doing this, originally Glassdoor was very, very focused on just reviewing companies. So people who worked there currently or people who used to work there could go into the Glassdoor site, just glassdoor.com, and go in and write a review about the company. And then they've made it really great with being able to give it so many stars and being able to give comments both on like the leadership and the future of the company. So they really can get you metrics on it. Now, I know in the past, there's been a lot of people saying, well, but the only people that really go out on Glassdoor are ones that have some kind of axe to grind. They got fired, whether it was their fault or not, but they have something negative that they want to say, and that's the only reason they're going out there and writing a review. And I agree with you that that used to be the case. I don't think it is so much anymore, and here's the reason why. Glassdoor has been putting a lot of money into really upping their game in the job search side, not only on the positions that are like posted out there, but on the information coming back from candidates. So these are not even people that have worked at the company, but it's people who are candidates for that position. And where Glassdoor can really, really be helpful nowadays is if you have a target company, which I do recommend you have several target companies that you've looked at and done your research on and said, these are really, close to where I live. They're right aligned with my core values. They have jobs that I'm very interested in. I align with their overarching mission. If you have those target companies that you're trying to really land a job with, you're going to find a lot of data on Glassdoor that's not as easy to get in one format as you can from there. I will even say this, and you know how big of a fan I am of LinkedIn. In regards to the interview process, I think Indeed is better than LinkedIn for getting you information on the questions that are asked at the different companies that are out there. All right, so let me take a minute. I don't want this to be a 4-hour long video, so we're going to try to keep this short and sweet. But let me share my screen with you and show you some of Glassdoor. I want to specifically focus on one area that if you're looking to target a company and how you can use Glassdoor to really help set yourself apart in your job search when you're going in and interviewing. All right, so let me share my screen now. And you'll see this is the Glassdoor main web page. Now, there is, of course, over here, jobs where it'll show you different career insights. You can set up job alerts, save jobs, and it'll even track the applications that you actually applied into different positions. There is a way to also save your resume on Glassdoor. But for the moment, I want to focus on this second tab, which is companies. And once you're out here, you're going to get to discover companies. You can compare companies and their ratings. You can also even write a review. But here's where I want to focus. Let's say that you are searching for a job with Amazon. Amazon is the company that you want to join. When you click on this, it's going to take you to Amazon's Indeed page. And out here, you will see over here, there is 75,000 reviews. 75,000 reviews. Some of these are going to be on jobs, some is on salary information, there's interviews, benefits, tons of information. And one of the things I really like about the way Indeed set this up is you see how it gave separate ratings for separate locations. I find that brilliant because how Amazon is in England is definitely different at a 3.8 versus how it is in Auckland at a 4.9. This is out of a 5-point scale, by the way. So, of course, it gives you the generalized Amazon overview. I don't think this is anything much more than you can get on Wikipedia. It's a little different, but not that much. Of course, they do have their own awards that they do, and it does talk about affiliated companies that work with them. You'll see on the right, it also has jobs that you may like. And in this case, it's basing them off of the main location that I put in for me, which is Houston, Texas. It does help you stay up to date with the most current things happening in their company news with not only text but videos. You're also going to see the further down you go information on their mission, core values, and what is this? Interview process. Here is some great information for you to be prepped on the interview process for Amazon. It's going to tell you they use behavioral-based interviewing. It's going to tell you different information that will help you make sure that you answer questions correctly. For example, do you see here this Amazon is a data and metrics-driven company? When you answer questions, we recommend using metrics or data if applicable. This is the type of data that is absolutely brilliant for you to have as a job seeker. Don't underestimate the value of this data. Anytime that you get information like this and you choose to go a different path, they're telling you exactly what they want. Give it to them in the interview. If they want it in metrics, go for it. Okay, let's keep going. So when we go down further, you can see the different Amazon reviews that they're going to have about the company, and they always do pros and cons, and I do like this advice to management. Now remember, there's 74,000 plus reviews out here. There's ways to slice and dice it so you're not having to fish through all of them. They do make sure and put now the diversity and inclusion initiatives as well as their ratings on there and frequently asked questions and their photos. Okay, job seekers, here is the best part. This is the section that I want you to definitely make sure you take time to look at when you're looking at when you're looking at Glassdoor, seeing the different positions. My goodness, Melanie. All right, down here, do you see where it says Amazon interviews? Let me zoom in. And it's telling you their experiences, how many were positive, negative. This right here tells you how they got an interview with them. What was the best path forward? So in this case, 53% of the people who had an interview applied online. That means that is your best way to get in with Amazon. Anybody that tells you that nobody gets a job or gets interviews from applying online is giving you false data. There is a great example of it. Okay, let's keep going. Now it's going to talk you through some of the featured interviews. Now in this case, this person was applying for a systems development engineer. It tells you about the application process, the interviewer, how the actual process itself went, how they scheduled the calls, how many interviews they had. And then it also is going to tell you, depending on who it is, different information about the actual questions that were answered or asked and how they answered. So lots of great information here for you as a job seeker. So as we're talking about this, job seekers, remember, the more data you have when you are applying for a company, the better chance you have. This is no different than if you're trying to sell or market a product. The more you can highlight that product is a solution to the needs of your customer, the better off you can do. How do you do that? Data, data, data. Now, there's going to be some that are going to push back on me and say, Melanie, this is too much work. I just want companies to reach out to me, and I just want to apply for jobs, and then just take me as who I am. And can you get a job that way? Yes, you can. But if you want better success, just like you put in so much effort when you get a job, you have to put that same amount of effort into yourself. All right, job seekers, keep moving forward, keep taking steps each and every day. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button now. Give us that thumbs up if you feel like this data was helpful. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.